My friends, free agency is not real. Because, today, Kyle Connor went out there and signed an 8-year, $96 million extension with the Winnipeg Jets. You had Mattias Ekholm signing a 3-year extension with an AAV of $4 million. Talk about taking a discount there. Ekholm, McDavid, freeing up the money to sign Jake Wallman. That's amazing. And then you also have yourselves at the top, Jack Eichel, $13.5 million AAV extension by 8 years with the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, let's go out there and take a look at just some of the numbers, because with the Eichel extension, 13.5, with Connor's extension, $12 million a year, $96 million total, we have ourselves a new updated list of top AAVs starting in 2026-2027. The gap is still pretty big between number 1 and number 2. Kirill Kaprizov wanted the dough. He didn't really seem to care about giving the Wild a discount, but everybody else, you can debate whether or not they're doing that. Draisaitl, he was number 1 in the NHL for a while, so I don't really think he gave the Oilers that much of a discount. Same could be said about Matthews. McKinnon, you can say that he only signed for $100K more than McDavid's last $12.5 million AAV contract, so McKinnon might be in a realm where he's getting some sort of a benefit and giving it to Colorado. Then you have Connor McDavid, 12.5, the biggest discount in hockey. The guy could have gotten 20 if he wanted to. Marner, 12. Rantanen, 12. Okay, Eichel's 13.5 should be in here because this was posted before the Eichel extension. Pettersson, 11.6, Carlson, 11.5, and then Nylander at 11.5. Here we go, updated. Jack Eichel, $13.5 million a year. And honestly, look, reacting to the Eichel contract, because that's the one that's newer, I kind of understand it. Like, if Eichel got anywhere in the $12 million to $13 million range, I would have been like, yeah, that's kind of reasonable for what he's able to provide. You know, it's not like he is that much better than Connor McDavid that he can get $1 million more. Okay, just kidding. But Eichel has established himself as one of the best centers in the league. He is a Stanley Cup winning franchise caliber captain, consistent 90-point caliber guy as long as he gets the games played. And with the cap going up, with the fact that he's already gotten himself a championship under his belt, with the fact that Vegas seems to find a way to get anybody under the sun, and they don't seem to have any problems with cap-related issues, Jack Eichel signing for 13.5, it makes sense. Good for him. Slips right in there under Draisaitl and over Matthews. Honestly, you think about Matthews and his injury history and his goal scoring, it hasn't necessarily been there to the same magnitude the past year, so I can understand Eichel getting a little bit more than Matthews at this point. McKinnon signed his contract a few years ago, so it hasn't necessarily been fair for him either. The real outlier is just Connor McDavid. That guy signing for 12.5 is bananas. But let's go over to Kyle Connor as well, because we had ourselves a few more things that we have to dive into here. Winnipeg Jets officially announced the Connor extension, 8 years, $12 million AAV. It's the richest deal in franchise history by nearly $37 million. For context, 14 years ago, the entire Jets franchise was purchased in Atlanta for $110 million. Inflation is real, folks. Inflation is absolutely real. Kyle Connor is going to be making $55 million in salary and $41 million in signing bonuses over the next 8 years. Getting that type of structure, that was a really big deal for Kyle Connor and his camp. So that is pretty great. Kyle Connor, think about what he's been doing, 97 points last year. Think about it. You're getting a 100-point caliber winger for only $12 million when you could have had him for $17 million. That is a pretty big steal for Winnipeg. Okay, maybe no, not really. It's not. It's just that Kaprizov got overpaid. No, just kidding. I think Kaprizov's worth it. It's just none of these players seem to have fully taken advantage of the new salary cap environment. I know Connor getting 12, it's kind of up there, literally one of the top contracts in the league, but still, if he had asked for 13 or 14, I don't think it would have been terribly unreasonable, considering what he's able to do out there and what he's been doing multiple years in a row now. As long as Connor gets the games, he'll be able to get up there once more. And 40 goals, he's almost hit 50 once. There seriously are a bunch more years where Connor can be one of the most productive players in the National Hockey League to come. We also had ourselves a press release posted by the Winnipeg Jets on their own website. Jets signed Connor to an 8-year contract extension. Let's go out there and see, is there any extra info here? 8-year extension, AAV of $12 million. Connor, 28, led the Jets and set single-season career highs in points and assists in 2024 while playing in all 82 games for Winnipeg. Okay, no, there isn't really anything extra here. He won the Lady Byng Memorial Trophy as the player adjudged to have exhibited the best type of sportsmanship and gentlemanly conduct combined with a high standard of playing ability in 2022. Okay, that's not really new. We already know that. Nice graphic here. What in the world is going on the side there? Look, they have two Kyle Connors on the left and the right that are just mirrored, and there's some sort of weird, artistic filter going on there? It looks like his number on the right side is 18, when obviously, no, it's 81. What a strange graphic. At least the middle looks pretty cool. But anyways, Kyle Connor, he's getting himself that $12 million AAV extension. He's right there in Rantanen territory, which I do think is pretty fair. Eichel, though, 13.5. He is one of the top paid players in the National Hockey League. And I guess for crops and giggles, we can go out there and talk about Mattias Ekholm too, because he signed as well, putting himself on the map for $4 million a year. 3 years long. Mattias Ekholm's 35 years old, so the contract takes him until he's 38. He's making 6.25 right now, and the next few years we'll see him making only 4. He has been getting older there, but he's still been very good. So I think Mattias Ekholm, as long as he's able to provide his stable play on the back end, and as long as he gets the games, that's the biggest thing here. He needs to get the games. He'll be fine. $4 million, I mean, that's not that bad. You think about just how good this decor has been at times. Say what you want about Darnell Nurse and his contract. Say what you want about CC and Kulak from prior years. But the Edmonton Oilers are really loading up here. I think that McDavid contract has given them a new shot of life and adrenaline. So Mattias Ekholm took himself a bit of a discount from 6 point something to $4 million. He was able to save some money for the Edmonton Oilers. Same with Connor McDavid. That's how they were able to sign Jake Wallman to a 7x7. But with that in mind, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about each of these contract signings. Winnipeg has signed Kyle Connor to a $12 million AAV extension for 8 years. Jack Eichel is signed on for 13.5. Mattias Ekholm is signed on for 4. If you enjoyed this video at any point, feel free to hit the like button. If you didn't, the dislike button's down there for you as well. Comments help out with the algorithm, so I'd appreciate it if you got involved. Let me know in the comments, how do you feel about these new contracts? I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.